As the last echo of the cataclysmic battle fades, the system rewards Jin-Woo's triumph with a cascade of notifications. One after another, the messages flash before his eyes. You have leveled up 4 times in a row. The experience gained from felling the giant sovereign, the boss of the S-Rank 8, has catapulted his power to yet another new height. A familiar voice cuts through the silence. "Hyungnim!" It's Yoo Jin-ho, rushing to his side, his face a mixture of awe and relief. As Jin-Woo finally processes the system's victory message, he turns to his friend. Jin-ho can barely contain his excitement. "You really are amazing. You defeated the giant's boss," he exclaims, his voice filled with pure admiration for the man who single-handedly saved Japan from annihilation. But as Jin-Woo gazes upon the crumbling corpse of the defeated sovereign, a cold realization dawns on him. The system declared the enemy defeated, but there was no message saying the dungeon was cleared. This raid isn't over yet. He instinctively reaches out, attempting to use his signature skill, but no black smoke rises from the corpse. A system notification confirms his suspicion. Shadow extraction not possible on this target. Jin-Woo understands with grim certainty. This creature wasn't truly alive to begin with. It was a puppet, a golem of immense power. His focus sharpens, his mind racing to understand the implications. If the boss wasn't the true final enemy, then what is? His daggers materialize in his hands, crackling with violet lightning. He stands ready, his senses on high alert, bracing for whatever is about to emerge from the still active S-Rank gate. The giant in front of him flinches, even in death. "Your Majesty." The voice is deep, respectful, and directed at him. From within the giant, Baru emerges. "It's me," Jin-Woo murmurs. "So it was you," finally understanding. A magic power that rivals Baru's even after it's dead. Suddenly, the gate itself convulses. A violent, unprecedented storm of pure magical energy erupts from the portal, tearing through the air with unimaginable force. Jin-Woo's eyes widen in shock. The sheer pressure is unlike anything he has ever felt. Immense power surges from within the gate. Whatever this is, it's strong. A powerful magic power storm rages, swirling with chaotic energy that seems to want to tear the very world apart. His first thought isn't for himself. In a panic, he shouts, "And Jin-Ho!" But his loyal Shadow Knight, Igris, has already acted, shielding Yoo Jin-Ho from the blast. Jin-Woo lets out a sigh of relief. With Jin-Ho safe, he turns his full attention back to the gate, his expression hardening with resolve. He watches in horror as the gate begins to absorb the magic power from the fallen giant's corpse, the swirling vortex growing stronger, denser, and more threatening with every passing second. The raw force radiating from the gate is so immense that it slashes his cheek, drawing blood. Jin-Woo is stunned. To be injured just by the pressure of magic power, this has never happened before. There's only one way to find out what's happening. He turns to his friend. "Jin-Ho, you wait here. I'll go inside the gate and figure out what's going on." Before Jin-Ho can even finish his worried plea to be careful, Jin-Woo is already moving, with a burst of speed that leaves a trail of violet energy in his wake. He plunges headfirst into the raging magical storm. He tears through the dimensional fabric, emerging on the other side into a place of impossible scale. His eyes widen in shock. He's inside. He finds himself in a vast, ancient hall, adorned with Gothic architecture and statues of gargoyles perched high above. The sheer scale is breathtaking. The dim chamber is filled with an eerie silence, the air thick with the dust of ages and a palpable sense of dread. He stands dwarfed by the colossal structure. "It's huge," he murmurs, realizing its purpose. Well, makes sense since the giants would need this much space to cross over. This was their staging ground. As he takes in the sight, a sound echoes through the hall. A strange, ethereal noise. His loyal shadow, Baru, materializes beside him. "My king, did you hear that?" Jin-Woo's eyes narrow. Yes, he heard it too. The sound resolves into a faint, mocking laughter that grates on the soul. What a foul laughter, Jin-Woo thinks, a grim smile touching his lips. An enemy has intruded the gate, their own territory, and they're laughing? Jin-Woo finds the sheer arrogance interesting. He turns to Baru, his voice low and steady. "Let's go." Laughter grows louder, echoing through the immense chamber. "Ha ha 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 ha!" A booming voice resonates from the darkness, filled with condescending amusement. "It amuses me very much." Massive, glowing blue chains suddenly rattle in the darkness. "You contemptible rulers," the voice bellows. "See for yourselves who has come forth to meet me." As Jin-Woo ventures deeper, he sees the source. Massive, monstrous, being bound by the glowing chains, and as he approaches, he speaks. "Welcome, Sovereign. This is the true boss of the dungeon." The chained being struggles, its voice filled with desperation. "Chains! Release the chains! I know the plans of the rulers. I must inform the other sovereigns." The being's glowing red eyes lock onto Jin-Woo. A long, heavy silence hangs in the air. Then it speaks, its voice laced with confusion and disbelief. You are not the one I know." Jin-Woo stands before him as he asks, "Did the rulers, or whatever they are called, make you like this?" The giant's voice is weary. "They are trying to use me as a foothold to strengthen the foundation for a real war." Jin-Woo is stunned. He's tried to communicate with intelligent monsters before, but none could ever explain their origins. Now, his mind races as he asks the most important question. What are rulers? The King of Giants' voice is grim, ancient enemies of the sovereigns. Jin-Woo's mind connects the dots with terrifying speed. The foe of the sovereigns, does that mean they are his enemy too? And if these rulers were powerful enough to bind this being, then the creature before him is far more than just a dungeon boss. "Yes," the king declares, his voice booming with pride and power. "I too am a sovereign." The chained giant issues a dire warning. "I'm certain the sovereigns and the rulers are all after you. You lack the strength to face them right now. In order to fight against them, you'll need influence." He sees his opportunity and makes his plea. "Release me," he bargains, "and I shall help you." Jin-Woo scoffs at the idea, his purple eyes glowing with suspicion. "Help who? A monster helping a human? Do you expect me to believe that?" But the sovereign is confident, his voice echoing with conviction. "I'll make you believe it." A sinister grin spreads across his face, his confidence absolute. The giant starts murmuring is some unrecognized language. A system window appears. The King of Giants, the Monarch of the beginning, Legia, has used a skill, Oath of Faith, a magical contract where neither party can lie. The system asks Jin-Woo if he accepts. The King of Giants is offering a deal bound by absolute truth. After a moment's thought, Jin-Woo weighs his options. He makes his choice. Yes, the system confirms it. The caster and the acceptant cannot lie to each other unless the contract is annulled by mutual agreement. Believing his offer has been accepted, Legia once again begs to be released, promising his aid. Jin-Woo's voice is cold as ice. "All right, I completely trust." He pauses. "Yes, that is the Oath of Faith. It's impossible for you to lie," Legia cuts in. With the Oath of Faith active, Jin-Woo begins. "Beyond that, why can you communicate freely unlike the other creatures?" Legia corrects him. "The mindless monsters spilling from the gates are not creatures. They are the residents of chaos." He scoffs at the very comparison. How can you consider the residents of chaos as the same level of comparison as the sovereign that rules them? Legia explains that the monsters pouring from the gates are mere stragglers, beings whose consciousness has been eroded over an eternity of capture, turning them into mindless, savage beasts. But Legia is different. "I am king," he declares. "Unlike them, I have maintained my rationality, enduring all those years waiting for the day I am free. And then I met you." Jin-Woo's mind flashes back to the angelic beings he saw in the architect's vision. "Is the ruler's army, the ones with silver armor and wings?" Legia confirms it. "Yes, that's the ruler's soldiers." The revelation raises a horrifying question in Jin-Woo's mind. Why are the rulers sending the monsters, the creatures, to us? A horrifying, toothy grin spreads across Legia's face.